Yeah. Yeah. And so for your off days, how did you get yourself back into the mindset that like, if you had one day where you're like, I'm not going to talk about it today. I'm tired of hearing no's, which,
Mhm.
which is makes so much sense to me, right? Like why put yourself so, because your parents and their kids are going to see that, right? If you're not 100% on communicating with this, you can't really expect them to pick up what you're trying to communicate, right? Like they're going to see it in you. They're going to hear it in your voice. You're going to not say all the things that you should have said in the way that you said them. So I love the idea of just like taking a break and be like, today I'm not talking about it. How did you get yourself back into the mode to then talk about it? Because I think with a lot of doctors who are trying to do myopia and specifically Ortho-K, they have more days where they're not talking about it just because that's become, well, I guess this doesn't work. Well, I guess I don't know how to talk about it or I don't have the confidence. Did you
Mhm.
have like a part of your drive that was like, no, this is important. They need to know about this and it's my duty to say something? Or was there something else that was a part of that?
I think there's twofold in it. There's one where it was just more my conscience and my ethical, um, like to do good by my patients. It was just like, okay, this kid is myopic, it's progressing. This should be offered, right? I should be
Hmm.
telling this parent about it. So I'd come across those patients and were like, okay, yeah, I need to talk about this for this child for sure. And then once I talk about it, it's just back on my mind and I'll start doing it again. So that's that one point. And then later, I guess just like forcing myself to try to get more Ortho-K patients. And I think I learned it from one of the other doctors. So on my schedule, just to remind me to talk about Ortho-K, I blocked off a certain time on a certain day for Ortho-K consultations. And it was blocked off just for Ortho-K. If it wasn't filled, I'd lost, like I wasn't seeing anyone. So
Mm.
it forced me to say, okay, I need to talk about Ortho-K to actually get someone, at least get a consultant so I could talk about it more and see if they would be the right ideal candidate for it. So seeing that every week on my calendar just forced me to say, oh, right, I do have to push myself a little bit and talk about it to my patients.
Yeah. And having that block means, especially when it's not getting filled, it must make you
Right.
more accountable, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it was also a reminder for staff too. It was just like, oh, okay, yeah, we are offering this specialty in the clinic. Let's talk about it a little bit more at pre-test or whatnot. But yeah, exactly. Accountability is just like,
Hmm.
okay, it's there. I just need that little push,
Hmm.
right? It's just a reminder. And so I think that was another aspect of it.
And were you only pitching myopia and Ortho-K to for patients that obviously needed it, or did you have, because eventually you get to that point where you're like, I need to talk about this with everyone. At least that's my experience. Correct me if I'm wrong. At Herzberg Optical, we got to a point where it's like, we need to tell everybody about Ortho-K because even if that single guy who's 36 and has no kids and he's not myopic, he
Right.
probably has nieces and nephews or people in his life with kids and they should be hearing about it. And
Right.
so there was a big part of like trying to figure out how to have that conversation. And I think that's another struggle point for a lot of modern ECPs who are just learning about myopia management. So, did you have that kind of similar struggle with like, I know I need to talk about this with more patients, not just the ones that are right in front of me that obviously need it, and so we have to say something right now.
Mhm.
But did you have patients like that, and how did you start those conversations?
I wish I did, but I didn't. I mean, I was new to Ortho-K. I was keeping it like to low myopes, right?
Hmm.
With not too much cells. So that kind of narrowed things down. But I just was talking it two patients who I felt were like, oh, okay, I could do these fits. Um, and obviously the kids with the lower myopes, but I wish I did, but I was is more selective in terms of patients who I said, okay, this is your option as well. Glasses, contacts, and Ortho-K.
If you're interested in getting the rest of the episode, consider becoming a paid supporter of the Myopia Mindset. In addition to an extended version of this episode and every other episode that we do, you'll also get access to exclusive monthly bonus episodes of the Myopia Mindset. And I know you're interested. You've made it this far. You can do so on our Substack, myopiamindset.substack.com. I'll see you at the next one.